So a couple days ago, I talked about what the American League 2020 All-Star team would look like based on what we've seen so far through the first 30-40 games. You guys smashed the like button on that video, destroyed it. It's a day late, but you're still getting the National League video today. Gonna go over all 34 players that make the roster, the starting 9, the pitchers, the bullpen, the bench bats. Give you my reasons, my thought process behind why these guys would be All-Stars, because as we know, there is no All-Star game in 2020. So all this is make-believe, but at the end of the day, I still think it's worth talking about. Weird season of 2020, why not make it weirder and make up hypothetical all-stars? So as always, if you guys do enjoy this video, you like this kind of content, make sure to leave a like, great way to support the channel. Subscribe if you're new and you do enjoy what you see here. Click that sub button so you don't miss out. Get in the comment section down below. Let me know who I left off this list, who you think got snubbed. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, second channel. Links are always in the description to all my social media. So for your starting lineup of the National League All-Stars, let's get it started with the catcher. And at catcher, it has to be JT Realmuto. He's by far been the best catcher in baseball this year, clearly therefore making him the best catcher in the National League. He's your starter from the Philadelphia Phillies. I mean, what can't this guy do? He's hitting for power, he's great defensively, he runs the bases. JT Realmuto is the complete package. He's absolutely on a tear. No better choice than JT starting behind the dish at catcher. At first base, it was a bit of a tough decision, but I ended up giving the start to Freddie Freeman of the Atlanta Braves. I mean, the dude just absolutely deserves it. Another year of being an absolute beast. The home run numbers aren't crazy high, only 6 homers, but he does have 12 doubles, 26 RBIs, 43 hits on the season, hitting .323 with a .441 on base. He's walked more than he struck out this year, .564 slugging, an OPS over 1,000. You love his glove at first base too. Gotta give the nod to Freddie Freeman. At second base, this one's a bit of a shocker. New York Mets second baseman Robinson Cano. Yeah, I don't think anybody had Cano pegged to have the highest batting average in the National League thus far, but that's just what's happening. 29 games, 7 homers, 7 doubles, 36 hits, 18 RBIs, hitting .360 with a .393 on base, .640 slugging, gives him an OPS well above 1,000 at .1033. This is the Robinson Cano the Mets thought they were getting when they traded Jarred Kelenic. The rest of his career is still yet to be seen, but so far in 2020, he's been one of the best offensive players for the Mets and deserves that start at second base. On the left side of the infield, we got 2 San Diego Padres, so you know at third base, we're going with Manny Machado. There's that $300 million man the Padres paid for. Finally going off this year, 12 homers, 8 doubles, 33 RBIs. He's even stole 3 bases, hitting .301 with a .369 on base, .596 slugging, .965 OPS. We know how nasty he is with the glove. It seems like him and that Tatis combo over there on the left side of the infield, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch in the future, because at shortstop, clearly we're going Fernando Tatis to start the game. Tatis is the MVP favorite right now in the National League. It's not even close. The dude is just freakishly good. In 40 games, he has 14 homers, 9 doubles, 2 triples, and 37 RBIs. Leads baseball in homers, leads baseball in RBIs, leads baseball in runs scored, .308 average, .392 on base, .654 slugging to give him a .1046 OPS. Oh my goodness, Fernando Tatis Jr., stop it. You're too good. Starting at shortstop in the All-Star game at 21 years old. For the outfield, we're going to shake it up a little bit here. We got some different picks. Clear and obvious choice, though, has to be one of the best players in the league right now, Juan Soto of the Washington Nationals. Soto is one of the few things going right in Washington this year, and his numbers are just silly. He's only played in 27 games because he missed the start of the season due to coronavirus. 11 homers, 7 doubles, 26 RBIs, .354 batting average, .453 on base, .758 slugging, and a .1211 OPS. Those last 2 stats lead all of baseball. Juan Soto is ridiculous. Yeah, he's starting in the outfield. Now for these next 2 guys, a little lesser known, a little quieter names. Second outfielder starting for the National League, Chicago Cubs, Ian Happ. Go figure, Ian Happ, who had a bit of a rough start to his career, started to perform at the end of 2019 last year and is really kicked off in 2020. 10 homers, 9 doubles, a triple, and 22 RBIs, hitting .311 with a .421 on base, .648 slugging, and a .1068 OPS. Those are some of the best offensive numbers in the league. At 26 years old, Ian Happ is finally taking that step forward. We're seeing him get to that level we once thought he had. Just got hit with a foul ball in the eye, but I think he would be good to play in the All-Star game still. He's a starter for us. And then our last and final outfielder, San Francisco Giants, Mike Kustremski. Never thought I'd be saying that sentence, I'm not gonna lie. But he's been absolutely ridiculous as well. What's crazy is he's actually cooled off a bit, but still his numbers, very good. 8 homers, 11 doubles, 4 triples, and 27 RBIs, hitting .299 with a .416 on base, .597 slugging, and a .1013 OPS. He's at the top of the leaderboards in WAR for this year. He's playing great defense out in the outfield. The 30-year-old late bloomer gets a start in the All-Star game in 2020 if it existed. He's just been balling out. I'm not gonna pick a DH for the National League. Instead, I'm just gonna throw an extra bat on the bench, just because I'm not really sure who would start at DH. They could just pick that themselves. On the mound, clear and obvious choice. As much as I want to be Jacob Degrom, it's gotta be Yu Darvish. Have you seen this guy's numbers this year? Mentioned him as a sneaky Cy Young candidate, and he is performing at a Cy Young level. He's gotta be the favorite right now. 8 starts, 7-1 record with a 1.44 ERA and a whip at .880, 11.3 strikeouts per 9. He's not walking anybody, not giving up home runs, not giving up hits. 63 strikeouts in 50 innings pitched, only 3 homers and 8 earned runs. Yeah, that's worthy of starting in the All-Star game. Yu Darvish is gross. Let's go now to the pitchers for this video first. Go through our bullpen and other starting pitchers. For the lone representative of the Miami Marlins, I gotta give that spot to Pablo Lopez. Now, Pablo Lopez, not the most flashy pitcher, not the most exciting, but on that Marlins team, he has been by far the best performing player this year. 7 starts, 3.05 ERA, and a whip at 1.226, about 9 Ks per 9, 8.9, 2.1 walks, 0.5 homers, does give up a few hits, 8.9. He is more of a pitch to contact pitcher, but Pablo Lopez has been a stalwart right now in that Marlins rotation, deserves to be their lone representative as an all-star. Next starting pitcher I want to add to the team, Jacob Degrom, New York Mets. You know he had to make it. Back-to-back Cy Young Award winner, and he's having quite a good year as well in 2020. 7 starts, 1.76 ERA, whip under 1 at 0.902. He has a National League best K per 9 at 12.7, 2.0 walks per 9, still not giving up homers, still not giving up hits. Jacob Degrom's doing what he's done the last 2 years, just absolutely dominating. He is possibly making a run for a 3rd Cy Young in a row, and the Mets are just wasting all this talent because they can't win. Degrom's an all-star. Heading out to Cincinnati for this next all-star, let's add Trevor Bauer to the list. Bauer has been really good. He's in a contract year, and he's absolutely going off. 7 starts, 2.05 ERA, 2 complete games, 2 shutouts, a whip under 1 at 0.864, which is the best in the National League, 12.5 strikeouts per 9, 5.1 hits. He has given up the long ball a bit, but when you strike out 61 batters in 44 innings, nobody cares. Throw Bauer outage on the all-star team. Oh man, this one hurts me. Former New York Met, Zach Wheeler of the Phillies. Yep, Wheeler's doing exactly what I expect him to do. Be really good. Garrett Cole light, like I said. He's made 7 starts this year, a 2.20 ERA, a whip hovering right around 1 at 1.067. He's having the best year of his career. Now, the strikeouts are down, but the walks are also down. The hits are down. He's not giving up any homers, and he's in a bandbox in Philly. Zach Wheeler, it looks like it's finally starting to click in his head right now. He's got that money, he's comfortable, and he makes an all-star team just to rub it in the Mets' face even more. Can't believe we didn't pay this guy. Going out west, talking about Arizona Diamondbacks pitcher Zach Gallen. For a team that's been so disappointing, he has been a bright star for them, and it makes me feel good because I've been on this guy's hype for a while. The milkman, as they call him. 8 starts, 1.8 ERA, tied for the league lead in innings pitched at 50, and he has a whip under 1, of course, 0.940, 9.7 strikeouts per 9, only 5.8 hits per 9. That's so ridiculously good. Gives up the long ball a little bit, but 54 strikeouts in 50 innings is fantastic. He's only 25 years old. We're just seeing the start of Zach Gallen. Dude's an ace, Cy Young in the making. Staying out west, let's talk about the not so old, but kind of old pitcher, Clayton Kershaw. Remember how people thought he was washed last year, even though he had a 3.03 ERA? Yeah, he's completely put those qualms off to the side, because in 6 starts this year, 1.5 ERA. His strikeouts are back up again above 10 per 9 innings. Whip under 1, 0.722. Like, what? 5 hits per 9, 1.5 walks. He's giving up the home runs, but he's not giving up any hits. He's so ridiculously good. Kershaw makes the team. This next National League All-Star is also left-handed, playing for the Atlanta Braves, Max Fried. Max Fried has been fantastic. Soroka's been getting the hype, but with Soroka going down, Fried has really stepped up. He's gonna get himself on the All-Star team. He's made 9 starts with a 1.98 ERA, 6-0 record, 50 innings pitched, a whip at 1.060. He has not given up a home run this year, striking out 47 batters, walking only 17, and giving up 36 hits. Max Fried doesn't have your conventional ace type stuff, but he's getting the job done. You gotta reward him. Put him out there in the All-Star game. Second to last starting pitcher that's gonna make the roster, staying in the National League East, Philadelphia Phillies starter Aaron Nola. Nola has been fantastic, channeling his inner 2018 where he finished 3rd in the Cy Young voting. He's having a great year in 2020 again. A little bit of a rough start the other day against the Mets, but his numbers are still fantastic for the year. 8 starts, 2.74 ERA, whip under 1, striking out more batters than he ever has in his career, giving up less hits, less walks. Nola is fine-tuning his game. It's becoming scary, and he's an all-star. And then the last and final starting pitcher making the all-star team is going to be the San Diego Padres. Starting pitcher, Dinelson Lamet. Dinelson Lamet has been fantastic. Coming off Tommy John surgery in 2019, he's finally healthy in 2020, and wow, has he been great. 8 starts, 2.62 ERA, and 44 2/3 innings pitched with a whip at 0.94, striking out 11.5 batters per 9 innings, giving up virtually no hits, 5.4, home run here and there, and the walks are actually down for his career. We're seeing Lamet really hone in his craft, be one of those nasty starting pitchers, and one of the huge reasons why the Padres are one of the best teams in baseball. Dinelson Lamet, fresh off Tommy John, makes the All-Star team. And then we have 3 relief arms that are going to be rounding out the bullpen for the National League All-Stars, 2 of which come from the Milwaukee Brewers. Let's start off with the more well-known name, Josh Hader, who, again, has been incredible. Since coming up in the league, he hasn't had an ERA above 2.62, and he continues on it this year. 2.3 ERA in 11 2/3 innings pitched. He's only given up 2 hits this year, 3 earned runs, and he has walked 10, but that 13.9 K per 9 is absolutely filthy. 1.5 hits per 9, has given up a homer. The walks are a little high, but still, Josh Hader, one of the best relievers in baseball, has got to make the team. And then we also got to include his teammate, Devin Williams, who has been nuts. Crazy this year. Arguably the best reliever in baseball. 15 appearances, 17 innings pitched. He has a .53 ERA and a .588 whip. 18.5 Ks per 9, 35 strikeouts. strikeouts in 17 innings, only allowed 4 hits, which gives him a 2.1 hit per 9, doesn't give up homers, doesn't really walk guys. Devin Williams has to make the All-Star team. This guy has been incredible. I don't know what the Brewers do over there, but their relief pitching is unbelievable. And then last but certainly not least, finishing out this bullpen, he's back to his form, Kenley Janssen of the Los Angeles Dodgers. We saw him take a little bit of a step back the last couple years, but it looks like in 2020, Kenley Janssen is back to his dominant form. An ERA at 1.06, leads the National League in saves, 17 innings pitched, the strikeouts are back up, the hits are down, the homers are down. Kenley Janssen has returned to his old form. He's filthy. So those are the pitchers. Now let's move on to the reserve bats and finish up this National League All-Star team. Starting off the bench as our backup catcher, it pains me to say this as a Mets fan, but Travis d'Arnaud makes the team. We always knew that Travis d'Arnaud could hit. It's just been a matter of whether he can stay healthy, and so far in 2020, he has been healthy. 6 homers, 5 doubles, 22 RBIs, hitting .320 with the .368 on base, .557 slugging to give him a .925 OPS. He makes the All-Star team. I know the Mets would have loved to have had him as their catcher this year. He's playing really well. First base, we're gonna have 2 names there for the National League All-Stars. First is gonna be Paul Goldschmidt of the St. Louis Cardinals, who's having a fantastic year, going back to the MVP type form we've seen from him. 4 homers, 7 doubles, 14 RBIs, hitting .317 with a .462 on base, leads all of baseball by a good margin, 27 walks to 18 strikeouts. Like what? A .505 slugging, .966 OPS. Goldie is back. He makes the All-Star team. Cardinals fans are pumped. And then the second first baseman is going to be Dom Smith of the New York Mets, who's having an unbelievable season, been arguably the best player on the Mets, might be their biggest asset. 7 homers, 15 doubles, which leads all of baseball, 31 RBIs, he's hitting .327 with a .397 on base, .646 slugging to give him a .1043 OPS. He could arguably be an MVP candidate in the National League. If it wasn't for Fernando Tatis Jr., Dom Smith deserves to be on this All-Star team. Backing up Cano at second base, we got San Francisco Giants player Donovan Solano. Now, Solano has cooled off a little bit since the start of the season, but he still has had a great start to the year. 3 homers, 13 doubles, 27 RBIs with 44 hits on the season, hitting .344 to .388 on base, .516 slugging, gives him an OPS still above 900 at .904. For a guy who was relatively unknown for most of his career, he was great at the end of the year last year for the Giants, and he's continued on that in 2020, where he's been a big part of their offense. He makes the All-Star team. At third base, the lone representative for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Colin Moran. On a Pirates team that's not doing a whole lot right, Colin Moran has definitely been their best player and is going to be the representative. 7 homers, 6 doubles, 13 RBIs, .255 average isn't great, but a .347 on base along with a .509 slugging gives him an .857 OPS. Those aren't typical All-Star numbers, but in a league where you still have to have one representative from every team, Colin Moran's the best choice. On the bench, we got 3 shortstops because I just can't pick between the 3. They're all so good. First off, Trevor Story of the Colorado Rockies, again, just being fantastic. 9 homers, 8 doubles, 2 triples, 20 RBIs, and a major league best 11 stolen bases. He's been a menace on the base paths. .288 average, .369 on base, .538 slugging, gives him a .908 OPS. We know how good he is with the glove. We know how good he is with the bat. He has to make the team. The next shortstop, Trey Turner, Washington Nationals. That team's been absolutely atrocious, but Trey Turner has played by far the best baseball of his career. Major league best 58 hits so far in 39 games played, 9 homers, 10 doubles, 3 triples. I mean, we're talking 22 extra base hits in 39 games. That's ridiculous. 23 RBIs, stealing 5 bases. Major league best average at .365, .417 on base, .635 slugging, and a .1052 OPS. We've seen Trey Turner being great before. Haven't seen him be this good. Makes the team. And then last but certainly not least for shortstops and infielders, Corey Seeger of the Los Angeles Dodgers. This guy should be starting at shortstop, except Fernando Tatis exists. 11 homers, 10 doubles, 31 RBIs, crazy good numbers, .331 average, .377 on base, .634 slugging, .1010 OPS. You don't hear a lot about this guy because you got Mookie Betts, Cody Bellinger, a lot of stars out there in LA. Corey Seager, he's another star too. He's really good. Actually, I lied. That's not the last infielder. The last infielder is going to be Jake Cronenworth of the Padres. The reason I forgot him was because I put him as utility because he can play literally everywhere. First, second, short, third, whatever you need from Cronenworth, he's going to do. And he also swings a great bat at the plate. Padres got him last year in a trade from the Rays, and he's just been so good. He's going to be the rookie of the year. 4 homers, 11 doubles, 3 triples, and 19 RBIs with 3 stolen bases, hitting .366 with a .389 on base, .580 slugging to give him a .969 OPS. Crazy good season for Jake Cronenworth at 26 years old. He's lighting up the StatCast numbers. The percentiles are through the roof. Cronenworth has to be on the All-Star team. He's been too good. And then we finally move on to the outfielders. And getting us started on the bench for the outfielders, Marcell Ozuna of the Braves. Whoa, we thought this was going to be a good signing this offseason, but we didn't expect it to be this good. Ozuna's back. 13 homers, 10 doubles, 36 RBIs, .320 average. The average is highest it's ever been. .409 on base, highest it's ever been. .653 slugging, .1062 OPS. Yes, it's only 40 games, but Ozuna is having a career season. He's going to get paid next year. He's an all-star. Heading out back west, the newly paid $365 million man, Mookie Betts. Yeah, Mookie Betts is really good. I'm so sorry, Red Sox fans. 13 homers, 8 doubles, 31 RBIs, and 6 stolen bases. A .1018 OPS. He's getting on base. He's having an MVP type season. Just just like he did in 2018. Honestly, he had a really good year in 2019. People forget how good Mookie Betts is, and now that he's in LA playing for a good team, he's being magnified even more, and he is 100% on this All-Star team, arguably could be a starter. And then the last and final player making this National League All-Star team, Cincinnati Reds outfielder Jesse Winker. Jesse Winker has been awesome for the Reds. He's been a very under the radar player in years past, OPS hovering right around that 830, 840 mark, but this year he's really taken a step forward, hitting for some more power than normal. 10 homers, 6 doubles, 18 RBIs, hitting 293 with a 410 on base, that's gross, 603 slugging, by far a career high, and a 1014 OPS. The Reds have been underperforming, but Jesse Winker has been incredible. He's going to get the last and final spot on the National League All-Star team. So those are the players that I think are going to make the National League All-Star team in 2020 if that were to exist. I would love to know what you think down in the comments below. Did I forget anybody? Should someone have not been on there? Let me know what you're thinking. Remember to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, drop me follows on all my social media, links in the description. We are grinding this month. We got a lot of stuff coming at you, a lot of great content, so you're not going to want to miss out. Not to mention that the season's almost over. This is the last month of regular season baseball, and the races are getting real tight. So there's a lot to talk about, a lot that you guys are going to want to see till the end of the year. Make sure you're subbed to watch it. That's where we're going to wrap up today's video. You know the drill from here on out. YouTube recommends you watch this video as well, as this is my most recent upload. So click through those if you have not yet seen them. They're good, I promise. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another video. Bye.